In today's session, we go over some basic self-defense principles, meaning being aware and observant of your environment, how to negate a situation, and when you engage, how do you do? How do you actually engage when you have to? Alrighty, hope you enjoy. In a self-defense situation, you want to firstly be aware and observe the environment. Yeah? Meaning, okay, where are the exits? How many attackers might there be? Is there anything that could help me? Are there any potential weapons that I could use to defend myself with? But first things first, you always avoid the situation. Because if you notice, okay, these guys are idiots over here, do you walk towards them? No, of course not. You will go the other direction. You avoid it as best as possible. Now, if a self-defense situation does arise, what's the next thing that we do? Very short. De-escalate. Always de-escalate if you need to. So number one, you observe your what?
Exit.
Your surroundings.
Exit.
You see what's going on. And then number two, if you can, you negate or de-escalate. Number three, if you have to, you then engage, right? Now this is, look, this is only if you really have to. And when you engage, there's a couple of things to think about. You want to think about, okay, the question you have in your mind is, okay, what is available? What's my target? So when it's a self-defense situation, you have to incapacitate, which means what?
Like you stop people from further acting.
You have to break them. Because if Noah's the bad guy, right? If Noah's the bad guy, right? And I just go and I start punching him in the arm and kick him in the thigh, is that going to do anything? He might just get more angry. So to incapacitate basically means to take them out of action, right? And in a real self-defense situation, that might be breaking his knee, that might be crushing his windpipe, that might be sticking my finger through his eyeball. Now, once again, this is only real self-defense. Now, the thing you want to have in mind is what's available. So what would be the targets that I could strike Noah that would incapacitate him? The what? Say it? The groin? Yeah, so straight the groin. You'd want to think of, and you always think of driving it like 30 centimeters past where it belongs. So you think of driving it up into his throat, yeah? Yeah? That will make him throw up and take him down, yeah? What else? What other targets do we have?
Knee.
The knee, yeah. So once again, snapping it right through. You want to think of driving it right through. Now, when you are targeting the knee, you've got basically three directions. You've got directly back or directly to the sides. Yeah, kicking it here obviously is not going to do anything, yeah? So you want to send it back 30 centimeters that way or 30 centimeters that way, yeah? I mean, this is just an idea, yeah? Where else? You know, I mean, that's you could stamp down there, but that's generally not going to be an incapacitation, like generally, yeah?
What about the neck?
It's something. The neck, yeah. The windpipe, driving the windpipe through. But once again, only self-defense. Like, I don't want you guys ever using this stupidly, yeah? So once again, the windpipe straight through. Generally speaking, this is the best part to drive through there, just where the wristwatch is. So you drive this part right through there. That's why when we do our sparring, we do a lot of this type of striking, yes? We do cross-shoulder post, which represents this. See? It's a safe way of doing it without actually hurting them. If you can get this, so if you have a look at your palm, have a look at the heel of the palm. If you can drive this part here, into the ear, bang, like right into the eardrums. Like, so put your hands over your ears and try to cut out the noise. So you hear how it goes like suction, like suck. You feel that suction feeling?
Can't hear anything.
Yeah. Think of driving the suction feeling right through the other ear, if you can. Like drive it right through. That will bust the eardrum. They will lose balance and fall to the ground. So that's another incapacitation point. I'll give you like one last one. The solar plexus here. If you can drive, for example, all right, so imagine Noah's not there. If I drive my elbow right through the solar plexus, yeah, that can incapacitate for a moment, you know. So you've got a few options there. Look, this is all self-defense. You need to learn how to fight. You're men, right? You're men who's going to protect your family? Your 10-year-old or your wife?
10-year-old.
You guys. You are men, so you should know how to fight. You should know how to protect your family and protect yourself. Not having that skill to me is weakness. You should learn how to protect your family, but also this cultivation of the warrior mindset and spirit. You know, train your spirit, train your mind, train yourself. So now let's apply that to one of the most common attacks in the street, which is the right hand. Most people will throw a right hand. They'll usually come loading it up a little bit. So you'll see I start to kind of load up on my right side, like I'm wanting to throw my right hand. So you'll see Noah coming to load up. I already want to be moving away and getting out of here. But let's just say it's too late. And let's start with a hook style strike, yeah? So as that hook style strike comes through, you're going to use your dice. I'll slow it down for demonstration's sake. So as he throws this hook style punch around the right, so his right hand coming around to my head, we're going to use our dice, our movement to deflect, and a palm strike, yeah? Just to start, yeah? We're just going to start with this. So get your opponent to throw, so the fight started, so your guard should be up. Now, my dice out, essentially, I want to think of mirroring his arm. My elbow mirrors his elbow, and my hand comes up to just above my head. Think of it like a shield. So the dice out deflects the incoming strike. Now, so once again, I keep my hand on center, slowly for the demonstration's sake. My hand stays on center. Any partner, make sure you actually throw the attack towards their head. Because if Noah goes to throw it here, he's obviously not very good at what he's trying to do. So as slowly so we can demonstrate. My hand stays on center, my elbow mirrors his elbow, and I bring it just above my head, you see? Just above, so I cover myself up. Your chin should be slightly tucked and your crown up, so you have the state on, yeah? My other hand, simultaneously, I'm going to palm strike. We're just going to start with that. You can do it with a step or without a step, then we're going to add to this. But we're practicing this situation because it's one of the most common. Make sense? So slowly, once again, as the hand comes, you start from your guard, hand stays on center line to cover your center, rising the hand up, matching the elbow angle, so that, because if I'm too narrow, see, you can come around the outside. If I'm too wide, he'll be able to come through over the top. So you want to match his elbow angle. So let's say there's like a line we can match. Hand stays on center and palm strike simultaneously. We'll start with that and then we'll build on it. Any questions? No. 1, 2, let's go. Good. Good.
Should I step in?
If you want to, if it feels comfortable to. Because it depends, like if they're throwing a short hook, you might not need to. If you want to, it's just really up to you. I personally like to step in closer, yeah. Now what I want you to do is I want you to think about a precise target. So I just wanted you to get used to the movement. So now as Noah comes in, I'm defending myself, yeah? Now, this is once again a real self-defense situation. I'm going straight for the throat. So that's my first target. And now, that's just the next thing. So you've got the throat. What other options might you have, yeah? No, here, with the limbs, with these two. Yeah? Eyes, yeah, I've got the eyes. I could drive my thumb through his eye, yeah? What else? I got the eye, I got the throat. Heldon's favorite, the ear. So as I could go for the eardrum, yeah? Huh? The arm, oh, interesting. So I could, so rather than this, I could, what you think, go through here. This is not an easy one to do, like in full speed against a strong person. It's not easy. But if you're feeling spicy like a meatball and you think you can catch that, rock and roll. So what I want you to have in your mind is what's available and precision now. So and start slowly so you can practice precision, right? So as he's coming through, I'm defending, bang, and there's the, I'm driving that through, yeah? Slow and precise, yeah? So that's what you're doing, slow and precise. Because in self-defense, if you hit the wrong target, it's not going to do anything. You've got to be precise, okay? It's like when this is the Go champion, Australian champion of Go, right? When he's moving his pieces, he doesn't just put them anywhere. He's very precise. He puts it exactly where he wants it to go so he can entrap his enemies and crush them, right?
Yes.
Crush your enemies. Say it with me. Crush your enemies.
Crush your enemies.
That's right. Alrighty. 1, 2. Precision. Let's go. Genius. Slow it down. Bang. Stop. This through there. That's the point. And that drives right through. This, the windpipe. You're crushing this through there. The side of the neck, not as effective. Slow it down. Slow it down. What the hell's that? Where's the incapacitation? No. Be direct. Just slow it down. Be direct. Stop. What's this? You're gonna put your finger in the side of his neck? What's that gonna do? Dude, be precise. Come on, man.
I thought it would.
No, it wouldn't.
Isn't this like an eye jab?
Yeah, but is that his eye? Does that look like his eyeball to you?
Well, still right?
No, would it? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, thumb to the eye. There we go. Yeah, be precise. Time, bring it in. You don't always hit the target. Does that make sense? You don't always hit the target. Even if you look at professional boxers, right, they throw a lot of punches, but they often don't hit the target, right? So what I'm saying is that in self-defense, you might not hit the target. So you want to have in your mind that you're going to go for 3 to 5 attacks to incapacitate. So for example, Noah throws his punch that we've just been playing with, and I've gone through to go for this strike. I try to get his throat, but let's say I miss the target. So that's 1. So I'm going to keep going. 2, yeah? 3, yeah? So I'm going to go for 3. Oh, back of the neck. 4, yeah? Yeah? So what I want you to do now is go for 3 to 5 attacks slowly and precisely, because you don't always hit the target. Does that make sense? Yes, it would be great if you did, because then I would have broken him in 4 places, and he's most likely not going to be able to fight me anymore, right? But in life, we do miss, right? It happens. So once again, they're going to attack you. You're going to use 3 to 5. Throat, ear, groin, yeah? Back of the neck, yeah? So you want to have in your mind incapacitation multiple times. Hopefully one of those inflicted enough damage for me to go home and cook lasagna with my family and have a few meatballs. If you are the partner, act as though you would act if you got hit somewhere. Slow it down. Freeze. Where's he going for? Right, good. You understand? So move slowly and act it out so that they can practice precision against a target which moves. And look, you're all aware how you'd move if you got hit somewhere, right? Show me how you'd react if you got kicked in the nuts. Go. See, you all know. This proves that you all have nuts. Congratulations.
What if you didn't?
One of you goes, All right, 1, 2. Let's go. Now, next edition, once you've incapacitated 3 to 5 times, head towards the exit. Ready? Let's go. So have that in your mind. You want to get out of there. You want to leave the situation. Often in self-defense situations, there's multiple attackers, often. That's why when people say things like, oh, the best thing to do is take someone to the ground, it's usually stupid to do. Because if Noah goes to take me to the ground, let's say he takes me down, he pins, bang, and then he pins me somehow, like here. See, his friend now is just going to kick him in the head. Or maybe he goes into mount position, yeah? Once again, his friend can use his head as a soccer ball or do something, yeah? So what I'm getting at is you don't want to make yourself a sitting duck, right? So you want to be staying on your feet so you can still exit the situation. So let's say, go genius. Let's say these 2 guys are wanting to attack me, right? The basic principle on multiple attackers is that you don't want to get in between them. That's the basic principle, right? Because if I'm in between them, I have to deal with all of their attacks. So what you want to do is think of lining them up, right? So think of these guys like dominoes. I want to get to a position where I don't deal with both of them at the same time. I want them to be more like dominoes, and I don't want to be the salami in the sandwich. Does that make sense?
So
if you are if I'm the salami, I'm going to get eaten, right? If I'm the first domino, I'm going to knock them down, right? So you want to be more the first domino. Does that make sense? Now, apart from that, you want to keep in mind your exit as well. So it's better that I use him as the first domino than him, because now I'm trapping myself against a wall. Does that make sense? So let's just say both of these guys want to fight me, yeah? And it's already started off. I'll be keeping the hands out and I'll be moving to get myself away and use them more as dominoes, right? Now that means if I'm only fighting one at a time, I can incapacitate one and then deal with the next as opposed to doing them all at the same time. Does that make sense?